Hey guys, welcome to Sarah's Jewelry Studio. So this is going to be the shortest unboxing video ever because it's already into May, well into May, and I just got my April Bargain Bead Box. Everyone else has already done their, their unboxings and their finished jewelry updates. So I'm going to try and get through this box as quickly as possible because my May box comes on Monday and it's Friday. So I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible so that I can get to work. So check it out. This is the #1 item, and this is a 15-inch strand of 6mm picture jasper, and it's a round gemstone bead. Okay, so you can see we have some really nice color variations here. So we have lots of light browns all the way to dark browns, and this one even kind of looks like a cream color. So we got that. Alright, so #2 is 6 pieces of 4-loop chandelier components. So they're just basically connectors. I wouldn't actually call them chandelier findings, but that is what they've called them. So there's that. #3, we have 2 sets of 20 by 31mm toggle clasps. #4, I'm actually missing one. It says there's supposed to be 12 pieces. I only have 11 here, obviously. And there are 13 by 9mm textured floral drops. To me, they actually look like a wagon wheel. So to me, this whole collection, it's called Earth, but it just seems Western to me. That's what I would have called this. So there's those. Then we have #5 here, which are really pretty. And these are bracelet jasper round gemstone beads. And they are 8mm, and this is a 15-inch strand. There we go. So, very nice. You can see some color variation, like in this one here. But for the most part, they really just look very brown. So, you have to look really closely at them to see the color variation. But if you look at them from just far away, they just look brown. Alright, and then we got #6 here. #6 is a 16-inch strand of 4 by 3mm crystal rondelle beads in mint alabaster bronze. So you can see they're two-tone. There we go. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, that was #6. #7, we have some bead caps here. And they are 30 pieces of 8mm scrolled bead caps. You can see there. A nice design on them. There you go. You can see that one pretty good. Oops, and it fell. So there you go. Alright. And then next we have probably the most controversial bead of this collection. And these are 5 pieces of 16 by 14mm handmade lampwork glass desert rain beads. So since I was took forever to get my box, I actually even got a refund. I didn't think I was going to get it at all because I got a refund, but they ended up getting it to me anyway. I guess the USPS found it. So there's that. All right. So you can see I have one bead that is a lot thicker than the others. So, and then out of these, I have one that's a lot shorter than the others. So I just thought that was fun. And these 3 are pretty similar in size. Oops. So there you go. So those 3 are pretty similar. One's shorter and one's thicker. #9 here. So we have 100 pieces of 4mm steel spacer beads in silver. So just little hollow beads, hollow metal. You can see the hole in them is kind of flared out on some of them. #10, we have these fancy saucer spacer beads, and they are 30. There's 30 pieces of them. They're 7 by 3mm. So I actually like these. Are nice, kind of silver. There you go. So you can see they're kind of like a pointy rondelle as opposed to a rounded rondelle. Alright, #11 is next. You can see there's the front and the back. And these are 2 pieces of 32mm fancy cutout round focals. So lots of holes on here to figure out what I want to do with. So not sure what I'm going to do with those yet, but there's those. Then we have number 12, and this is the 42 by 33 millimeter brecciated jasper and silver tone brass oval focal. Now I like on this stone that you can see the color variation a lot better than on the actual beads. Like the darker color, like the red, is not as dark as it is on the beads. So I do like this, and I like that it has a lot of the color variation in there. Okay, number 13, these are really pretty beads. I actually really like these. So these are 24 pieces of 8mm sesame jasper faceted round beads, and it says they're dyed. So I like the color on them. It's a nice bright color, and I like that they are the way that they're faceted. So I wish there was a few more of them, but I really like those. Number 14, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. I've seen a couple of videos. One person used it, the other person didn't. And so I'm going to try and come up with a creative way to use those. Just haven't figured that out yet. But they are 2 pieces of brass embellished glue-on bales. Doesn't give the dimensions on those. Alright, and then number 15. These just really look like a clay pot to me, like a darker clay pot. That's what it makes me think of. And I like that they're not all perfect. Like, they actually look really like handmade. And these are 30 pieces of 6mm red jasper matte round beads. And then we have almost done here. Number 16 is a 15.5-inch strand of 4mm synthetic turquoise round spacer beads. And then last, but certainly not least, because it's probably one of the most important things here, because it'll get used on probably every set, is 1 meter of 3.4 by 2.8mm steel jewelry chain. Alright, so there you go. So there's the entire collection for the April 2020 Bargain Bead Box called Earth. And here was the shipment key here. I know I didn't go over any of the, like what it says like I normally do, so there's that. Alrighty, so I'm going to try and do some finished jewelry and continue this video, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I went through and just looked at everything in about 3 minutes. I separated out everything. It looks like I'm going to get about 4 sets out of this. So I just went through and grouped things together by how I like the way that they look, things that I thought go well together. And so this is where I'm at. So I have 4 piles here, and we're going to see what I can come up with all of these. Alright, so I completed my first set here using these. And what I did was I created, this is what I have left, and so what I did was I used some of my own beads out of my own stash, and you can see them here. It's these here. So I actually glued them into the middle here, kind of made like a wagon wheel out of it, and I just went through and sewed some seed beads on and around it. So I just kind of made a little sandwich. And like I said, it kind of makes me think of like a wagon wheel. And I did some head pins, 2 of them on, one on each side. And then I just twisted them together and then put them up onto the wire. So there's that. And then since there's a lot of silver on here and it's kind of chunky, I went ahead with the big toggle clasp that came in the set. And then I just made a matching pair of earrings here. And then again, I made the bracelet here. A nice 8-inch bracelet, fits really good. And here's how the necklace looks on. So you can see how it sits. I actually originally was thinking to make it a little bit shorter. And then once I started getting everything strung on there, this was the length that it came out to be, and I'm okay with it. I think it actually probably looks better being down a little bit lower. So just because this, I think it would have been a little too much up higher. So I don't know. I think I like it better down lower, but it could always be shortened if, No, I think I like it longer. So, okay, so there you go. So there is set number 1 with these earrings here. So there you go. I'm going to keep on trekking. So here is my second set that I made, and I used the Lamport Glass Desert Rain beads on this one. So as you can see, I made an asymmetrical design here, and I used the second toggle clasp from this collection on this, and I just added some extra little dangles on here just to give it some interest, and then I actually hung those from the part where the toggle clasp is. So the bar actually goes through the front there, and then the beads hang down behind that. And then you can see it just has these 2 strands over here. They didn't line up as exactly as I wanted them to, but with the design, that's just how it landed. But I still like it, and you know, I just wanted to add a little decorative touch over on this side here. So that was the necklace, and then the earrings are just the same bead designs with the little chandelier components, and then the bracelet is just a stretch bracelet with, again, that same bead design. So a very cohesive design all around, and you can see it just, you know, fits nicely. And I love the colors on this. It's very natural, very earthy. So there's that set. Alright, so here is the third set that I made, and this is using the red jasper matte round beads in the 6mm, as well as the 4mm steel spacer beads in silver, and then a couple more of these chandeliers here. And that is the last of the chandeliers. There were 6 pieces. So this is the brecciated jasper and silver tone brass oval focal. So I actually just left it the way that it was. To me, this kind of reminded me of like a tree branch. So I liked it. I just went with it. I like the coloring in the jasper pendant here. And then I just put a steel spacer bead underneath of it to just kind of help the bail sit up a little higher between those beads. And then on the back here, I just have a lobster claw with a short extender chain on there. So there's that one. And then this is more of the chain that came with the box. And then this guy over here. So this bracelet, very simple. I just used a head pin here with 2 of the spacer beads on the ends, and then just a lobster claw, which, you know, we could easily add an extender chain to it if we needed it for that. But yeah, so I just used a few more of those and just kind of echoed this pattern right here onto there. So there's that. And then the earrings, very simple, and just did more of the red matte jasper with the spacer beads, and that was that. So I went very simple with the earrings on these selections. So that is set number 3. Okay, so here is the final set, and I do have a few more pieces after this, but this is the last completed set, 3-piece set. So this is actually a stretch necklace, so just like a stretch bracelet, but it's a necklace. So there's the stretch necklace, and then a stretch charm bracelet. So to me, these look like wagon wheels. They don't really look like flowers at all. I asked a couple other people, and they agreed. They, you know, without telling them what the description said that they were, and they said they would not have guessed that it was flowers, that they really just thought they were wagon wheels. So I'm going with they are wagon wheels, which is one of the other reasons why I said that this looked like a Western theme to me. So there's those. And then just some plain earrings here. And like I said, I just kind of went plain on the earrings. So there's those. And all, you know, in the same design with the spacer beads and the, Alright, so these are the 4mm synthetic turquoise round spacer beads. And in the set that I did with the Desert Rain beads, those 4mm beads were actually the 4x3mm crystal rondelle beads in the mint alabaster bronze. So I apologize, I said the wrong ones. So that was these. Those are the rondelles. And then these are the synthetic turquoise. Alright, so there you go. So that is set number 4. This poor hand does not want to stand up. Alright, so last set we have here, or not set, but a couple of pieces we have here. So I don't have any beads left from this box. I used everything. So the last of the beads that I had, I made this memory wire bracelet. So you can see it has just a couple of these beads here as a little focal point, and then the rest are just kind of, you know, these beads all spaced out here. So a lot of these rondelles left over. So there you go. So there's that. And then, so then the only thing left is the pinch bails, the glue-on bails. So what I did was, I actually had gotten a couple of Boss's bead bags from Fire Mountain Gems, and in those they had some pendants. So I just paired them up with those. This one is just on a suede cord that I got from Amazon in a 6-pack. Oh, actually I like the other side of this bead better, so let's flip this over. There you go. So look at that. See how nicely that cord goes with that? So, like I said, kind of that western color scheme. So there's that one. And then the other one, so you're actually going to see this bead in another finished jewelry, because the pinch bail, or the bail, the glue-on bail, is from this box. This pendant is another one that I got out of the Boss's bead bag. And then these beads here are actually from the curated bead box, which is a new subscription that I just started. So you're going to see this necklace in that video as well, and there are it's a matching set, so you'll see the other pieces that go with that when I do that finished jewelry video. So there you go. So there are the 2 bails that they sent us, the 2 glue-on bails. So there's those. I actually use them as glue-on bails, and I just used some E6000 to glue them on. And then I did have a little bit of chain left, which is originally I had made it into a necklace. So you can see I added a clasp and an extender chain here. And I actually originally had this pendant on there, and it just felt like it just didn't, like the weight wasn't the same. It didn't add up. So I just went ahead and switched to this. Once I started working with this, once I started working with the curated bead box, I switched it over. I said, you know what, this color scheme matches perfectly with that pendant I already put together. So I just went ahead and switched it over. So I do have a random just necklace chain that I can, you know, put on whatever I want or repurpose into something else. So there you go. So technically 3 necklaces left there, and the memory wire bracelet. Alright, so that was everything. That was all of the finished jewelry video for this video. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to be trying to catch up on some videos, so I might have some more videos coming out more rapidly than I normally would this month, just so I can kind of catch up a little bit. So, and if you enjoyed everything, make sure you subscribe, and you know, keep checking back for more updates. Go ahead and comment below any questions or comments you may have, or feedback. I love to hear from you guys, and I will make sure that I try to comment back to everyone as soon as I can. So, thank you, and have a great night.